Let's go to Beijing and speak to John Gong, a professor at the University of International Business and Economics. Professor, thank you so much for your time. How much better is Beijing prepared for Trump tariffs this time compared to when he imposed them in his first term?
Well, China is in a much better position this time vis-a-vis the first trade war between the United States and China. Today, China's exports to the United States only account for less than 15% of the total exports. Back then was way more than that. And also, I think there's more time that China has been preparing for this. As far as I know, many Chinese companies have already moved overseas or moved even to the United States for manufacturing over there. So I think overall, the country is prepared for this. They're waiting for this. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as arguing that the 10% additional tariff is probably even less than expected. But nevertheless, still the Chinese government is going to negotiate with Washington to try to find a solution so as to avoid these additional tariffs altogether.
Yeah, and China is now the largest trading partner of 120 countries. When it comes to the way Donald Trump conducts diplomacy, the way he fires out whatever is in his mind, the way he presents it to the world, is this an opportunity for China to show that it can be the international leader that maybe Trump might not want to be because he's more interested in America first? He's suspending USAID. That's about $42 billion worth of international aid. He's coming out of the World Health Organization. He's coming out of the Paris Climate Agreement. Can China take the reins and show that it can be the standard bearer?
Well, I would hardly call this diplomacy, the way Mr. Trump conducts business in international arenas. As you said, he withdrew from several international organizations. I think there's a fundamental change in the United States foreign policy for the current administration, the Trump administration. It's going to be America first. It's going to be a wholesale withdrawal from international engagement for the United States. I think this is going to cause a profound impact on its relationship with the rest of the world, particularly with American allies. Now, with respect to the question of whether China is going to step in and take the leadership, I'm very skeptical about this. I think China would rather be an important stakeholder in international governance as opposed to be a leader, because I think currently there's still a large set of former American allies, for example, the European Union, Canada, Australia. They're still very much aligned with Washington's interests. And I think China's position has always been sort of resting with the global South, with the developing world. As a matter of fact, the former leader, Mr. Deng Xiaoping, has a famous saying that China forever sides with the developing world. So I think it's coming from this kind of a background that China's foreign policy will be fundamentally based upon.
Professor Gong, thank you so much indeed. Our program has been slightly curtailed. We'd love to have given you more time, but I know that we'll have plenty more to discuss over the next 4 years. Thanks so much, Professor.
Thank you very much. We'll talk next time then.